even get the questions back. I can't seem to find them. Let me try and refresh this page. Is it the internet that's acting up? Okay. Wow. Interesting. Why is it showing me this? Give me a minute. Let me see. I don't know. Linear equations. Okay. Let me just see if I can get the image that I sent to you. Maybe that would respond better. Okay. Well, this one is taking a while to show. I don't know why. Um, let's see. I have I had some that I wanted to show uh take for us to take a look at. But let me see if I can gauge your thought process on the ones that you did. So I'm going to share my screen now and ask you a few questions on those ones. Okay, can you see the screen now?
Yes, sir.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Uh, okay, nice. Okay, so while the other one is loading, um, let's see. So, um, that first one, that's number six now. I'm referring to number six as the first one. Sum of two consecutive even numbers is 38. Find the numbers. Okay, so what equation did you come up with?
And x plus bracket x plus 2.
Okay, nice. Equals 38, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's good. Okay. All right. Okay, let's go to the second one. Um, sum of three consecutive odd numbers. Sum of three consecutive odd numbers. Oh, what equation is 51? What equation did you come up with?
Uh, it was x plus bracket x plus 2 plus bracket x plus 4 gives us 51.
Okay, x plus 4. Okay, yeah, that's good. All right, equals 51. All right. So now let's look at the third one. Renee is 6 years older than her younger sister. After 10 years, the sum of their ages will be 50 years. Find their present ages. So how did you do this one?
So I did x plus 6 and
X
x.
plus 6, that's Renee, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So her younger sister is X years old. She is X plus 6 years old. Okay. All right, go ahead.
So the youngest, I just added like Renee's age. I just said x plus 6 plus 10, which is x plus 16.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then,
The younger sister's age.
yeah, that's x plus 10.
Okay, X plus 10. Okay. So X plus 16 plus X plus 10
Yes, in bracket.
should be, okay, should be equal to 50, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, smart moves. That's good. All right, let me see if this one showed. Oh, eventually it should. Okay. So first things first, I just want to make sure that we tidied up the exercise that those ones came out from. I think I only gave you three. There were probably some more there. So let me confirm that. Okay, yeah. Okay. So let's just um let's just run through them if we can. Okay, so we're done with Renee. That's number 8. Okay, so let's look at the next one. Um, so I'll just see if we can focus on the equations and then we'll just quickly solve because once we get the equation, solving the equation is not really much of uh, a challenge anymore. Um, as it's much straightforward. Okay, so um the length of a rectangle is 10 meters more than its breadth. If the perimeter of the rectangle is 80 meters, find the dimensions of the rectangle. So how would you go about this one?
Mm. So that the let breadth be x and length x plus one.
Okay, okay. Uh, Let me see. Just give me a minute. Let me confirm something that what I'm opening is even the right thing. Um, Open with paints. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yes, it's right. Okay. So what did you say?
I said it should be the breadth should be x
Hmm.
and the length should be x. Yes, and since the perimeter is 2 times length and breadth.
Okay. 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 So you first sort out the formula for perimeter, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if I do that, um, oops, that is too much. Let me reduce it. Okay. It's too much. I think it's because I zoomed in. That's why it's looking like this. Okay. All right. Okay. Where was I? Sorry. I was looking at this. Yeah. And I went back to this. Okay. So they said the length is 10 meters more than its breadth. So let's see if I represent that in the what do you call it? The formula for um um the formula for perimeter of a rectangle, right? Is going to give me um L, oh sorry, 2 times let me start with P. So P equals 2 times uh now L plus B. We know the this thing is length plus breadth, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So But then they've already told us that the length is 10 meters longer than the breadth. That is B plus 10, right?
Yes, sir.
So once we have that established, anywhere we see L, we can put B plus 10. So of course, we can also substitute for um, the values, because they said the whole 300 meters length of wire is used to fence a rectangular plot. Oh, sorry, wait a minute. It's number 9. I'm sorry, I mixed it up. It's number 9 I wanted to do, not number 10. I'm sorry. Let me clean this up. It's 9. Okay, so we're back on track. All right. Okay, so let me go back there. Okay, so they said the length is 10 meters more than its breadth if the perimeter of the rectangle is 80. So that means I'll have that 80 is equal to what? 2 into B
F.
plus 10
Yeah.
and 2 into B plus 10 plus B again, right?
Yes, sir.
So B plus 10 plus B. So in the bracket alone like this, okay, if you want, you can put another bracket inside to show that that was just a replacement of L. So if you have this scenario, what will now happen inside that bracket? That's going to be, if you collect the likeness, what will you have inside?
80
Mm-hmm.
plus equals to 3B
Okay. Inside the bracket, right? 2B. Uh-huh.
plus A plus 10.
Plus 10.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we can now open the brackets, allow the 2 to go inside. So it will now be what? 4B um,
Plus 20.
plus 20. Okay. So this is what we have. At the end of the day, we'll find ourselves finding the breadth, and then we'll now find the length from there. Okay. So what do we do at this point?
So we'll bring over the 20.
Okay. Yes, we'll bring over the 20, and we have 80 minus 20, which is equal to 4B. And then 80 minus 20 itself is 60. Okay. And then 60 is equal to 4B. So what do we now do to both sides?
Divide by 4.
Exactly. Divide by 4. And that will give us
Okay.
um
15.
15, correct. Uh, 60 divided by 4, which is 15. Okay. Okay, so we can now say, now that we know our breadth, therefore breadth is equal to what? 15. And I think the unit is in meters. So we can just put our 15 meters at once. And now we now know that length will, because length is 10 times plus breadth, length will be equal to 15 plus 10, right?
Yes.
So that will be 25 meters, which will be equal to 25 meters. Okay, so that's it for number 9. Um, Okay. All right. Number 10. Now, number 10 looks very similar to number 9. In fact, I think that was why at first it was looking a bit confusing until I looked at number 9 very well, that we are not solving number 10 yet. It says a 300-meter long wire is used to fence a rectangular plot of land, of course, whose length is twice its width. Okay. It now says find the what? Find the length and the breadth of the plot. Now, if you notice, number 9 said find the dimensions. Asking you to find the dimensions and asking you to find the length and the breadth of the plot are virtually the same thing, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, just different ways of saying the same thing. Okay, so in this case now, you know that from what you can see here, they are indirectly telling you that the perimeter is what?
Um, 2 times length plus width.
Yes, yes. So it's the same formula. Okay, so that's P. Let me close this. Okay, so it's the same thing. P equals 2 into L. Sorry, that 2 doesn't look like a 2. So let me write it well. Okay, length plus breadth. But now there are some things that change, right? So what's our perimeter? If you look at that question very well, what's the perimeter?
So,
What's the perimeter in this case?
mm,
Now, if you look at that question well, it says that a 300-meter long wire. That means the whole wire is what was used to fence the rectangular plot.
so is it, can you go back to like the writing,
Okay,
please?
okay,
Equals 300.
okay. So it's safe for us to assume that the perimeter is 300, right?
Yes, sir.
Because the that was what was used to create the rectangle. In other words, to fence the plot. Okay, so they told us that the length is 2 times the breadth. So that means, what can we imply? We can imply that L equals what? 2 times B, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So anytime we see L, we're free to do what? Replace it with 2B. So I'm taking a similar approach to number 9. But of course, we know that there are different questions and they come, in different packages. But anyway, the fundamental facts are still there. So what do we do in this case now? 300 equals, we allow the 2 to go in, right?
Yes, sir.
Or maybe we should just deal with the bracket straight up,
Yeah,
since the bracket contains only 2B. So 2B plus B will give you what?
that's Bobby.
Are you sure it's 4B?
Oh, you're talking about the bracket. Okay, that's 3B.
Yes, let's deal with the bracket first. So
3B.
that would be 3B. Thank you. Okay. So um so 2B times 3B will give us 6B,
6.
right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we're at that point where we make our final decisions on what B should be. So we're going to divide both sides by 6.
6.
And that's going to give us what?
50. 50.
Yes, 50. Exactly. 6 takes itself out here, and 6 in 300 gives us 50. Okay, so I think the unit is also meters. Let me just confirm that. V equals 50. Let's confirm that. Okay, it's also meters. So if the breadth is 50 meters, what do you think the length will be?
100.
100, exactly, because they told us that the length is 2 times the breadth, right?
Yes, sir.
Therefore, length will be equal to 2 times 50. 2 times 50, which is 100. Okay, 100 meters. Okay, so that was nice. Some form of variety with questions on rectangles. So let's move all the way up to number 11. Okay. All right. So let's do number 11 here. Okay. Okay. So number 11 says what? The denominator of a fraction is greater than the numerator by 8. Okay. If the numerator is increased by 17 and the denominator is increased by 1, the number obtained is 3 over 2. They now asked us to find the fraction. So this one is quite interesting. They came at it with a twist of fractions. So what do you think we'll do in this case now?
Mm,
So remember, okay, maybe we should start at the top where it says the denominator of a fraction is greater than the numerator by 8. So um, that's where we'll start. So maybe we should use,
So,
yeah.
should we just use maybe D plus 8?
Okay.
And if the
If we
numerator is
if we
here,
use if we use D plus 8, um let's see. Okay, so if let's use the letters to represent the these things first. So numerator is N, denominator is D. All right. So they now told us that um the denominator, let me go back to it. They told us that the denominator of a fraction is greater than the numerator by 8. So that means N plus 8 equals the denominator. Okay. So can you see it from this perspective?
yes, sir.
Okay. So the denominator that's the equals to greater than the numerator by 8. That's N plus 8. Now, that means anywhere I see the denominator, I can simply put N plus 8, right?
Yes, sir.
So that, because what I want to do is to make sure that the whole thing is in terms of one variable first. When we solve for that variable, then we can now um, find the second one by simply, um, substituting two. So this is what it will look like after I have done that. But we cannot make much of a decision with this yet. We can just go back to the question and see what the question says. When I'm marking this thing too much, it now starts. Okay, let me leave it like this. Okay. All right. So let's go back to the question. The question says, where is that? If the numerator now is increased by 17, see that? So we're increasing the numerator by 17 and the denominator is increased by 1. So let's go back to increase the numerator by 17. So now numerator is increased by 17. So we're adding 17, n plus 17. And then the denominator is increased by 1. So that's going to be n plus 8 plus 1, right?
Yes. Yes,
So
sir.
let me, yes, which will become n plus 9. But let me write it first like this. So we know that we came from somewhere and we're going to somewhere, plus 1. So which will now give us, they told us that it's 3 over 2. But let me first evaluate this. N plus 17 over n plus 9. Okay. Now, let me tell you the mistake some people are going to make at this point. Because the question told us that it will be equal to 3 over 2. You know what some people are going to do? They will want to think that either n plus 17 equals 3 or n plus 9 equals 2. I mean, and it's, even looking at the logic in behind that reasoning, you see that reasoning is very, very faulty. Why? Because if anybody understands anything about ratios, you know that something must have divided to break it down into what? 3 over 2. So that 3 and that 2 were not the original numbers that were there. You understand, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what do you think we can do next? If n plus 17 over n plus 9 equals 3 over 2, what do you think we can do next?
Mm.
Well, we
You
can
just
cross multiply.
multiply
Yes, so we can cross
by
multiply. So
use
this guy goes
bracket.
this, yes, and this one goes this way. Okay, so I have that 2, sorry, 2 into what? N plus 17. 2 into n plus 17 is equal to what? We can say 3
3.
into n plus 9. 3n plus 9. Okay, so of course, good thing is that we can allow the numbers go in straight away and then collect like terms. So that would be 2n plus 34, because 2 times 17 is 34. And then on the right hand side of our equality sign, we have 3n plus 27, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so,
For they said we should decrease the denominator by 1.
oh, decrease? Was it
Yeah.
decrease? Are you for real? Can you imagine? And I went and increased it by 1. Ouch. Okay, so let's back up. Thank you for taking note of that. I was thinking both of them are increased. Okay, so thank God I've not gone too far. So that's n plus 8 minus 1. So that's going to give me uh and 8 minus 1 is 7, Abi.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to change my calculations somehow. Okay. All right. So 3 times 7 is 21, not 27 again. Okay, so let's change things up. Okay. 3 times 7 is 21. Okay. So let's collect like terms, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So which one should move to where?
Mm, we should move
Sorry. Yes, go ahead. We should move what?
and 2 to 3.
To 3n,
Um,
right?
yeah.
And then 21 to go and meet 34. Okay. That's a good decision because by the time 21 goes over to that side, uh, it will become minus 21. And by the time 2n comes over to meet 3n, it will become minus 2n. 3n minus 2n. Okay. And 3n minus 2n is just what? N. And 34 minus 21 is what?
That's 13.
13. Thank you. So there you go. So n is 13. We've established what n is. They told us that n plus 8 equals d. So that means d will be equal to what? 13 plus 8, Abby.
Yes, sir.
So that's
21.
going to give us 21. Yes. It's equal to 21. So the original fraction was 13 over 21. Okay, nice one. Okay, all right. You are good with this, Abby?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think the very first place where we needed to get it right was in the first line where it told us that the denominator is 8 more than the numerator. So being careful to remember that it's not 8 that we're adding to the denominator, but 8 that is being added to the numerator, the one that it is greater than. And then what is greater than is by is what is being added. So, okay. All right. So let's go. I would send you the file after we're done. Okay. All right. On WhatsApp. What else is here? What is happening? Skip add. Okay. All right. So number 12. Can you see number 12?
Um, yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. So number 12 says a sum of $2,700 is to be given in the form of 63 prizes. Okay. It now said if the prize is of either $100 or $25, find the number of prizes of each type. So how do you see this kind of question? It said the total is supposed to be 2,700 and is to be given in the form of 63 prizes. And the price is either $100. So that means they're going to have a number of notes of $100 and a number of notes of $25. The question now is to do what? To find the number of prizes of each type. I think this question might give us something like a simultaneous equation. What do you think? because the number of $100 will definitely be different from the number of $25. I don't see them being equal. What do you think?
Yes.
Okay. So it's definitely going to be a simultaneous equation. How am I so sure? I'm so sure because number one, the number of notes will be different. So that will give me two variables. Okay. And for me to have two variables, then um then that means I need two equations. So that already sets me up for a simultaneous equation scenario. So let's solve it as simultaneous equation. So the first equation I'm going to get from this is number one. They said everything is the number of prizes, total number of prizes is what? 63 prizes. So what does that tell me? It means that the number of $100 plus the number of $25 should be 63, right? Since each prize, you know, um, is either $100 or $25. Do you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is how I'm going to do it. That's number 12. So number of $100. Maybe I should use H as the number of $100. Let H equals the number of, okay, number of $100. Okay, then I'll use T to be the number of $25. 25. Okay. All right. Once we've established what our variables mean, let's now go and interpret them. So 63 prizes, and each of them are either 100 or $25. Then that means H plus T must be equal to what? 63, sorry, not 65. Okay. All right. So now let's go for the next equation, right? The next equation is the one that gives us the what? The total. Let's go and look at that. The total money. The total amount is what? $2,700 is the total amount. So look at what I'm going to do now. If H is the number of £100, $100, right? Then that means the total amount of $100 will be 100 times H. Do you agree with me? Do, do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So the total amount for $25 will be what? 25 times T, right?
Okay, yes, sir.
Yes. So when I add the total value for $100 plus the total value for $25, then it should give me the total prize money, which is what? 2,700.
200.
Uh-huh. Okay. Are you following my reasoning up to this point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So let's look at our two equations. So the question is, um, which method do we want to use? Substitution or elimination method?
Sir?
What method should we use? Substitution or elimination?
Mm, let's, Let's do elimination.
Elimination. Okay. So for us to do elimination method, one of them will have to be
Let's just
eliminated.
do substitution.
Which one?
Substitution.
Substitution. Okay. Okay, so if we do substitution method, then we can um, express one of them from equation one in terms of the other, and then go and put it inside equation two. Okay, so that will give us the perfect scenario for the substitution method. Okay, so which one should we do? Okay, so if we choose H as the one we want to substitute for, then that means H will be equal to what? 63 minus T, right?
Yes.
That's from equation one. That's the easiest one to do substitution from. If you want to do it from equation two, you would have to first make one of them subject of the formula before you start substituting, which I bet you do not look neat at all. So it's better to do it with equation one, which looks simpler. So what that means now is that anywhere I see H, I'm going to put 63 minus T. So of course, I can't go and start putting it back inside equation one. That would be a waste of time. Is to put it inside equation two so that, look at it in equation two, 100 times 63 minus T, okay,
Let's make some.
is, yeah, is plus 25T. 25T. Can you see something about the equation now? Everything is now in terms of T, as in the unknown. Okay. So can you see how it has come out so far?
Yes, sir.
So let's go. 100 times 63 is going to give us 6,300.
Yeah.
6,300 minus 100T. Okay. 100T. Okay. Don't forget your plus sign. Plus 25T, and all that is equal to what? 2,700. Okay. So I think the stage is set for us to collect like terms, right? So minus 100 plus 25 will give us what? Because that's the T, the one that has T.
Yeah,
Minus
that would be
100 plus
minus
25.
75.
Minus 75. Good. Okay. So this will now look like this. 6,300 minus 75T. Don't forget the T. Minus 75T is equal to 2,700. So what's next do we do?
Bring the 6,000 to the 200 and 700.
Okay, I should move this one to this side.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So if I do that, I'll be left with minus 75T on the left-hand side. And then on the right-hand side, I'll have 2,700 minus 6,300. So if I do that, what's that going to give me?
Mm, that's minus 300 and No, 3,600.
Minus 3,600. Nice one. Minus 3,600. Okay. Okay. So I'm now left with this setup. So of course I can see that minus will cancel minus. Um, we're going to now divide both sides by minus 75, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So T will be equal to what? Minus 3,600 divided by minus 75. So that what would that give us?
Minus, um, wait, minus,
Would you still have minus? The minus has cancelled itself now.
no.
It will be a positive answer. So what did you get?
48,
14.
48.
48.
Yes.
Okay, nice. Okay. So we have found what T is. And definitely, if you go back to this equation, which was formed out of equation one, this one,
Yes.
let me just call it equation three. So it's telling me that H will be equal to 63 minus T. So that means, therefore, H is equal to what? 63 minus 48, which will give us what?
Mm, that's,
It's something that has the last digit as 5. Is that 15?
yes.
It's 15, right? Excellent. So somehow we seem to have more $25 than $100. Well, I guess that will make this thing more interesting, the competition more interesting. So you people would want to go for the one that's fewer, which is the $100. But yeah, so okay. So did you get it?
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh. I didn't know. I don't know why you changed your mind from, you know, going for the elimination method. What made you change your mind? I'm just curious.
Mm, because I was thinking the numbers were too large. So it's gonna be,
Oh, okay. To deal with elimination.
yes.
Okay, let me just show you how. I'm not going to solve it though, because of time, but I'll just show you what I would have done if I wanted to do elimination. First off, I can already see I have 100H in equation 2. What I would have just done to equation 1 was multiply equation 1 by either, of course, I know if I choose 25 to multiply by 25, it will help me to eliminate T. But the problem now is that I'll now have to contend with 63 times 25. Well, somebody would have said calculator would have helped me, Abi. But then let's pretend that we were in a scenario we didn't want to really start using calculators. Then I would have just gone for 100, because 100H plus 100T would have given me 6,300, and that would have made it easy for me. I would have just done equation 1, modified equation 1 minus equation 2, and I'll go, and I'll still come out with the answer. So, yeah, we could have still found an relatively easier way to with elimination, but it's fine. One thing to understand is that whether you use elimination method or you use substitution method, you will definitely get the same answer. That points to the fact that you are correct with either method. Okay, so I'm just let me see how much I think we can. Let me see if we can do one more before we call it a day. Okay. Okay, let's do number 13 and we can end with number 13 then. Okay, number 13 says in a class of 42 students, the number of boys is two-fifths of the number of the girls, okay? It now says find the number of boys and girls in the class. I think this one is relatively, is it? Or it is looking like it is. Okay, so that we don't come and confuse things. You notice something? They said in a class of 42 students. So that means 42 is the total, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's just put number 13 there. And then we'll now say um, boys, number of boys, B, is equal to, now let me go back to that question so that I represent things well. The number of boys is two-fifths of girls. So I've already represented my is as equals to, is two-fifths of girls. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
of course you set up our equation pretty nicely. But they told us that the total boys plus girls is equal to 42. So now we know that we can now substitute for stuff in the boys plus girls equals 42. Okay. So that means anywhere we see boys, we can put 2 over 5g, right?
Yes, sir.
So that will leave me with an equation that looks very, very similar to what we've done um, sometime in the past. So I would like to see how you go about it. Equals 42. So what are we going to do next? Okay, what do we do next?
Mm. So you multiply everything by 5.
By 5. Good, good. To take care of that denominator, Abi. So we multiply everything by 5. So that would leave me with 5. Let me put that dot there to represent multiplication. 5 times 2 over 5. Sorry. Oops. What happened? Okay. 5 times 2 over 5 g plus 5g. Okay. Now what is 5 times 42?
5 times 50, that's 210.
210. Okay. All right. So we can see what will happen here, right? So you're left with 2g plus 5g. 2g plus 5g, which is 7g, which equals 210. All right. So that will leave me with this scenario. 7g equals 210. So we'll now divide both sides by what? 7, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that will leave me with um see what I was avoiding. I'm still coming to do it here. I was thinking that I can manage myself with space there, but I think I just have to take it out. So divide both sides by 7. And we're left with what? G
30.
equals,
30.
yeah, G equals 30. That's right. Okay. All right. So Okay. Interesting. Okay. So G equals 30. And if G equals 30, then therefore B will be equal to
Mm,
2 over 5G, right?
yeah,
So that's 2 over 5 times 30.
that's 12.
That's 12, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hmm. Yeah, that's 12. You're right. Um, that's out of the picture. 6. Yeah. Okay. So that's 12. All right. So I think it's okay for us to stop there. Okay. All right. So. Okay. So you have any questions for me on today's work or maybe a previous day? You have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Okay then. I think it's okay because I won't think that we should also um because of the screen glare of a thing. Okay. So we would we'll continue on Saturday. Um I think Saturday you can do 10 o'clock your time, right?
Mm, are you like, should we do like maybe 10:30?
10:30. Okay. Okay. That's fine with you. So that's 10:30 your time.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That'll be 11:30. Okay. All right. That's fine with me. Okay. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll send you this file as soon as I save it on my end.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. Bye.